Amare Stoudemire signs a one-day contract with the New York Knicks for $100 million. I just kid. No, Amare Stoudemire signs a one-day contract with the New York Knicks and retires. And I was reading the message boards there, and at one point, I think Amare Stoudemire, let's be honest, let's be fair, maybe fair, he was in the same conversation as being one of the best, in my opinion, power forwards in the league. Now, I know there are other guys like Dirk and Tim Duncan. They both won MVPs. He never did. Did Nash make him better than what he was? Probably. Don't get me wrong, he was a good player, just unfortunately didn't reach potential, his full potential, because of injuries that started happening. But at one point, I think he was in that conversation before the injuries got the best of him. And when I think of injuries, let's not forget about T-Mac. He could have been one of the all-time greats as well, and Tracy McGrady, had he not been riddled with injuries. And geez, arguably, okay, he was right there with them in the prime for a period of time. And I always admired, Stats game. But the injuries took a toll of him. When you look at his potential, okay, he was showing potential back in the mid-2000s when he and Steve Nash and the rest of the Suns, starting five, were around. But they just couldn't get past the San Antonio Spurs in the playoffs. And when you look at that Suns team back then, you had guys like Marion, who was on there. All just, another guy, too, that could have been, that team could have been great. Marion, Stoudemire, Nash. He went then to the Knicks when the Suns didn't want him because they seen that, already at that point the injuries were getting the best of him, or that it had a potential to be even worse than what it, as it turned out, it was the case. He didn't, Suns didn't want him. Knicks overpaid for this guy. He resurged his game with the Knicks for like a short period of time there in 2010. You could argue that he was carrying them, with MVP numbers. Lynn, for that short time that he was there, helped too. And then he just declined. When you look at the Knicks, I think they, went to, it just never worked out. Then, Carmelo came, and it just never really worked out for Amare. It's actually, it's kind of sad when you think about it. I was like, I seen like there's like this sports website there. It's actually the Fake Sports Center. It's what it's called. It's like a Facebook page. And they said it best, I think. And I got to steal that line. Amare Stoudemire announced he's retiring from the NBA. His announcement reminded, everyone that he was actually still playing in the NBA. And unfortunately, because he dropped off so much, it just never, you didn't even know that he was playing in the league. That's how bad. He couldn't play a full game, obviously, after his injuries. His minutes were very low. It just sucks. Guys like Tracy McGrady, even Penny Hardaway from back in the day. As far as him signing with the Knicks, I could see why he resigned with the Knicks and not the Suns. Because the Suns didn't want him. So he kind of felt insulted. So I get why he signed that one-day contract with the Knicks. But Amare Stoudemire retires. Just want to give you my quick thoughts. I hope all is well, and I look forward to speaking to you very, very soon. Until then.